love and blessings. Happy holidays. This is Wanda Sankara, your purpose mentor and your purpose poet and all things purpose. How are you doing? Today I am going to do a little holiday special. So we're looking at how do we celebrate Kwanzaa in a Christmas world. Okay, so this video is not going to be about Kwanzaa versus Christmas versus solstice versus, I don't really know anything about Hanukkah, but Hanukkah. This is just for, I guess, those who might be Kwanzaa curious, or those who already celebrate Kwanzaa and, you know, just like a little reinforcement, or those who are kind of thinking about how could I integrate Kwanzaa into my experience. So a quick history on my connection with Kwanzaa. So I don't celebrate Christmas. Boo, bah, humbug, Scrooge, all of it. Go on. Fling it at me. Let me just deflect it and deflect it. Okay, so, I don't know, best part of, let's say, 18, 19, 20 years, something like that, I have not celebrated Christmas. When I made this decision, I didn't go straight into celebrating Kwanzaa. I just felt that Christmas wasn't making sense for me personally. I wasn't a Christian. I was, you know, just learning different things from Saturnalia to St. Nicholas with Black Peter and whatever, and it just felt like a contradiction for me personally. So I just, and plus actually as well, like the whole idea of like getting to the end of the year, rushing to buy presents that are gonna like go down in 6 days or whatever, like once the new year comes, etc. The whole thing for me at that point, some 20 years ago, just stopped making sense to me. So I decided to stop celebrating it. And there wasn't any big type of declaration. I just said to my family, you know what, I'm not doing Christmas this year. I said to, you know, and to be honest, by then I'd got to a point where I mainly bought for the little ones anyway. And I just said, as for you little people, you know how auntie roll, just expect presents from me whenever I see something that I think you would like. That was it, pretty simple. And then my plan was to, on the 25th, don't know, chill out, watch EastEnders Christmas special, and that was a wrap. That didn't quite happen, because, you know, people around you, family members, etc., if they are celebrating Christmas, like the idea of you spending Christmas on your own, eating a patty and watching EastEnders Christmas special, which at the time I really did like it, you know, was... So the negotiation that was made with my family is that they were like, look, at least just come over and eat. So me, I love our food, and they promised to make vegetarian food, so it was a bit of a done deal. Okay, and then as I was learning more, I think I'd heard of Kwanzaa before, but I never really celebrated it. I started going to community Kwanzaa events in the following years, and really feeling like, oh, this kind of felt a bit more of my vibe, you know, and also learning from solstice and this time of year being a time where we can reflect upon what's gone and, you know, project what we would like for the future, the type of people that we would want to be, what are we letting go of, allowing, like, you know, the old self to sort of die, like, you know, the winter season, and, you know, being prepared for everything to grow up again. So I was like, okay, I'm a bit more vibing with this time of year. And so I decided to celebrate Kwanzaa. And Kwanzaa, this is not going to be, I'm not a Kwanzaa expert, right? This is not going to be a Kwanzaa lesson. But from my knowledge, it's a 7-day celebration. Kwanzaa means first fruit. I believe it's in Swahili. And each day celebrates a different principle and the type of principles that people who celebrate Kwanzaa would like to have in their life. Things such as umoja, which is unity, or, you know, for me, Nia is going to be my one, purpose, and Koumba, creativity. And there's more Imani, faith, kujijagulia, self-determination, and ujima, ujama, and I'm sure I forgot. So I felt good about something that wasn't so focused on commercialism, and could really kind of make me check myself and align with the values that I wanted to live by. So this felt very, very good to me. And so that's what I did. Now, as I said, I was in a culture, a family that celebrated Christmas. And my intention was not to disrespect their practices. However, I felt like Kwanzaa would be something that would be of benefit to the whole family. So it's like, I guess what I'm saying here is, I guess this is the how-to part, right? How do you integrate Kwanzaa into your family or your community, etc.? Well, what I did is I decided that I was going to introduce my family to Kwanzaa. So at the time, the internet weren't popping like how it is now. Like, you know, you can record things on your phone and all the rest of it. So what I did is I got a bunch of information about Kwanzaa, and I made a booklet, and I invited the family around for dinner, and I gave each and every member of the family a Kwanzaa booklet which had the Kwanzaa principles, a bit about Kwanzaa. I made cards for them, like handmade them. Well, I think I kind of hand printed them, but you know, designed cards, and explained why I thought it was important and how I thought it could be of benefit to the family. And so we celebrated Kwanzaa in that way. And over the years, it's taken different incarnations. So I guess what I'm saying is, start from where you're at, you know. Kwanzaa in the scheme of festivities is relatively new. I can't remember what year it was, I don't know, I want to say 70s maybe, it might be before, I'll check it. But the point is, it's relatively new. So I feel like it's still evolving and we can still make it our own. There was a point where it was only celebrated in America. In England, we started celebrating it. In the Caribbean, we're celebrating it. And you know, it reflects, there isn't a Kwanzaa celebration in like indigenously to an African region, but at the end of the year or sometime in the year, the idea of first fruits and celebrating the first fruits and the harvest was there. So you know, it's an amalgamation which comes from a complex history, and so I believe that it's something that can continue to evolve. So for example, when I'm saying like just start where it is that you're at, I'm going to work from now and go backwards. So for example, I am not in the UK at the moment and I have a Kanara with me. I am struggling to get hold of the candles, which were the red and the black and the green candles. Oh, sorry, it's got Africa on both sides. Anyway, I'm struggling to get candles. So we're going to use the principle of kuumba, which is creativity, and we are going to just decorate the candles that we have. So we're going to decorate the white candles with red, black and green, and we're going to try and do it with fireproof things, so we're not starting a big drama with fumes. But the point is that this is all part of Kwanzaa, being creative. So you start from wherever it is that you are. I know families where what they've done now is every Umoja day they have, which is the Unity Day, they bring their family together and they have a dinner every year on that day. So people like do it in the way and make it theirs. I know that there's times where there's all these things to say, you know, to have on your Kwanzaa table, and you don't always have it. So you can be creative. You can get the children to, I don't know, if you don't have an ear of corn for every child present, you can get the children to draw the corn and put the corn on your table. So there's loads of ways of making this your own, if this is something that you're into or that you would like to try. The other thing I would say is, or Monica says it better, don't take it personal. Some people don't necessarily like change and like difference in that way. So, you know, when you might try and introduce Kwanzaa, they might be like, what is this thing? I never heard of it. Why you want to bring this? Why you want to change up the Christmas game? All the rest of it, right? It's not personal to you. It's just their wave, and we have to respect where people are. I know people who weren't feeling Kwanzaa, you know, when I was first into it. Now they're, you know, up for it. You know, I was actually, if I'm honest, this year I felt like I had a lot of work to do, and I was like, oh, I don't know how much we're gonna do Kwanzaa. And then one of our little ones was like, really looking forward to Kwanzaa. We're doing Kwanzaa. What was I thinking? And the other thing is, just this is like, I guess, a side note, but one of my nieces, one of the young people, was asking me why I didn't celebrate Christmas, and I realized, oh yeah, we're in quite a Christmas world, you know. And she was really interested in what it was that I was celebrating, and I remembered that, yeah, this is an opportunity to introduce something different, you know, for this time of year. So, you know, if we've got one little 6-year-old walking around thinking about unity or thinking about purpose and creativity or faith, collective responsibility, I think that's a win. So anyway, that is it from me. So as I said, enjoy, make it your own. If you've got any questions, as I said, I am not a Kwanzaa expert, but if you do have questions, DM me. And I think that is it. Oh yeah, and in my Kwanzaa journey, I also wrote a song about Kwanzaa. So you'll hear, I think you heard it playing at the beginning, and you'll hear a bit of it at the end, and I'll probably do some Kwanzaa, Kuumba creativity throughout the period. So that's it from me. Thank you for taking your time out to watch whatever it is that you are celebrating. Have big fun. Keep loved ones close. Remembering the families who, you know, have lost loved ones. Their loved ones are in the spiritual realm now, and you know, at these times of year, it can, you know, it can feel challenging. Just sending you so much love, and I pray that, you know, everybody is safe and well and warm and fed. Peace, love, and habari gani. What's the news? It's Kwanzaa time.